Today, what I have is Backwoods whiskey flavored. This is what the package looks like in Canada because rules. And yeah, these are a small rustic flavored cigar. I'm down to my last one. In Canada, these guys cost anywhere between 12 and 20 bucks, depending on where you go and how you're getting taxed. Because in Canada, we get taxed practically into poverty. These are rustic smokes. The thing about Backwoods specifically, I don't know so much about Swishers, but I've had Backwoods a couple times. This is still Dominican Republic tobacco. It's still good tobacco. They just add a bit of a flavoring to it. I am not a huge fan of flavored cigars, but since the weather got nicer, although now it's getting nasty again, but since the weather got nicer, I was feeling like a little lighter tobacco experience, and typically your flavored tobaccos, to me, seem a bit lighter. So I bought these bad boys at my tobacconist. They were, I believe, $17.50 before taxes. Once the tax man's done with you, you can add about $1.50 onto that, or closer to $2 actually, because the tax is 13%, right? So 20 bucks for 5 little cigars, making it $4 a cigar. At that price, it's not a really great proposition, but it's an okay thing to do now and then. And again, with sort of newer or very casual smokers, I think something like a Backwoods is an interesting gateway into the hobby. The day I bought these bad boys, I also bought a couple other flavored cigars, CAO Vanilla and a CAO Moon Trance. So I'm thinking the next few videos are going to be me weighing in on the flavored tobacco market. I got the CAO Moon Trance, CAO, I think it's Bella Vanilla or something like that. And I have a feeling those are going to be the next ones that I review. A few weeks ago, I had one called the Leather Rose by Drew Estate. It's a flavored tobacco. The problem with that is there's a sweetener put on the actual leaf. This, I don't believe, has that. No, doesn't seem to have a sweetener put on the leaf, or on the wrapper, rather. Whereas the Leather Rose ones had a sweetener put on the wrapper. So the next time I do that, I'm taking a little wet napkin and I'm wiping all that off, because frankly, all I could taste was like a fake sugar sweetness on my lips. I couldn't really get the tobacco, but it smelled really, really nice. It smelled like I was burning a chocolate bar. And that's what I kind of like about the flavored tobaccos. They're very aromatic. You know, I'm going to leave my little bag for the Backwoods down there open, and I guarantee I'll come in tomorrow to my car and it'll smell like scented tobacco in here, which is not a bad smell for me. I'm in my car again and getting ready to go out, do some chores, like always, do some errands, run some errands, stop off at the local Mennonite butchers, the Mennonite bakers, get some nice clean food. That's the way I like to live these days. Now, these are a whiskey flavored cigar. However, the flavor I'm getting off it is closer to a vanilla-ish cognac. But it's nice because it's not overbearing. It's almost like it's an aromatic within the aromatic, if that makes sense. You have your tobacco flavor fortified by your whiskey flavor, not washed out by your whiskey flavor. Like in many of these flavored tobaccos, they just kill the tobacco with the flavoring because it's garbage tobacco. But these guys are actually rolled and made in the Dominican Republic with Dominican Republic tobacco, which is very nice. And in these days where I have less time, a little smaller smoke, a little shorter smoke is a good, I'm going to use that word proposition again for me because I like that word today. It's a good proposition for me. I've been filming for about 12 and a half minutes. I'm about a third of the way through this cigar, so If I want, I can smoke one of these in 20 minutes. I can smoke one of these in 30, 35 minutes, depending on how fast I want to smoke. Never have I gotten the nicotine sickness off of these little guys. So, you know, that's good. Yeah. When I first bought Backwoods a while ago, years and years ago, I was in the tobacconist, and I just happened to ask the guy, I said, are Backwoods any good? And his response was, Backwoods, they're a good time. And that is pretty much exactly how I would describe it. It's not amazing. It's not going to have me, you know, fawning after the next one and wanting to go through the whole flavor line. But they're a good time. They're a fun little cigar to have on a short walk, fishing trip, hanging out with friends. You know, definitely doing something like fishing. I really wouldn't want to bring like a Davidoff late hour, you know, like a $40 cigar when you're fishing. Like it's a pretty rough environment. Guys like little cigars like this that are quick. Yeah, maybe I have one of these when I go fishing. Which, if I'm being honest, it's been years since I've gone fishing. For a long while, I lived in a town where there was no river and there was no water, and I'd have to be driving quite a way to find a reasonable place to fish. Where I live now, from my back window, I can see the river. I can walk down to it in about 2 minutes, and I've noticed in the spring we get fairly nice-sized little river trout scooting through there. So there's a nice park with a big windy river, about a 4 or 5 minute walk. Nobody really goes there. I have a feeling I'm going to update my fishing license and spend some time there, seeing what I can catch this spring and summer once the trade shows are over. It should slow down for June, but we'll see. I'll make time. There's not really much else I want to add, except as always, take her easy. I'll be trying a few more flavored tobaccos in the future, and that's thanks to some of my other online influences. And yeah, it's nice to smoke premium tobaccos. It's nice to have just good solid leaf, but every once in a while you can go away from it, grab some of these little flavored cigars, just have a fun experience with it.